Welcome everybody to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. Dr. Cush here. That's this guy. Oh, turn on our smoke. Otherwise, who knows what's going on. We are here today in celebration, somewhat in mourning. Sometimes, we have things just ripped out of our hands that we loved so much, and there's really nothing we could have done about it. We are celebrating Black Tot Day, one of the, I'll be very honest, one of the very few real drinking holidays. I know that you can say you can get wasted at any holiday. I have, trust me. I have done it all. But really, Black Tot Day is celebrating that rebellious spirit when those damn British Navy people keep trying to steal our rum. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be making, basically, we're going to be jumping in, making an old-time grog recipe. I'll tell you a little bit about Black Tot Day, why it came to be, and then we're going to drink, and then I'm going to send you on your way. Bar closes early tonight. Bar closes early every night, closes before most bars open. That's what we got. Let me say hello to the people before we get too deep into this. A good evening. Sorry, one more time. Good evening. To our good friend Shawnee Vanderbaker. Greetings to you as well. Moose, Kyle Tender, back. I didn't have Kyle here last week, and you could feel it. Palpable. It was palpable. He couldn't keep his lawyer at bay. I think she sent me 2 or 3 cease and desist. It was a whole situation, but they're back. Or I guess Kyle's back. I haven't seen the lawyer yet. We'll figure it out. DC Debbie Clark, winner of the 2023 Cush Derby, is here. Captain Jack and Coke. Oh my goodness, Captain Jack and Coke, you might like what we're doing tonight. We might be going on a pirate ship. We're gonna see if it goes. Espen trying to guess how the show's gonna go. Stop, get out of my mind, get out of my brain. This is my bourbon podcast. Good to see you, pal. Always a pleasure, man. Good to see you hanging out at the bar. If you haven't, you should go watch This Is My Bourbon Podcast. It's on YouTube. Great show. I watch a lot of it. Tiki Court is here. Good to see you. The Nordstroms seem to be in full effect. The Amy Nordstrom contingency is represented today by Amy Nordstrom. So we are in good standing there. Alan Nordstrom here too. So both the Nordstrom contingencies are here. And that is, I believe, what we have. Hola, oh mommy. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, before we start, we've been on a bit of an epic, a 3-part series. After I do something today, that'll be 3 parts of the falernum. We milk washed it last time on the show on Tuesday, and we did the entire milk washing pre-process the other day. I do want to now display this beautiful falernum. Ta-da! Look how very clear that is. We did it. So now we have an incredible tasting falernum. I sort of upped the spices on the whole thing so that when we milk washed everything out, it wouldn't take away everything. It is very big. I've tried it against a number of other falernums, and I will say to you right now, better than other falernums. No doubt about it. The velvet falernum that Dr. Cush's Exotic Drink makes is better than all of them. If you want a chance to try it, I will be speaking next Sunday at the, oh my God, oh, we're not even close to ready. I'll be speaking next Sunday at Tiki Oasis San Diego for their 25th anniversary. I'm doing a class called 25 Mysteries of the Home Bartender Reveal. It seems like there might be magic. There will be no magic there. There will be 0 magic. All right, let's pop on the pirate ship if you guys don't mind. This is welcome to the USS Dr. Cush. There we go. Okay, we are on our pirate ship. So now I feel like it's important that I talk to you. Is this pirate shipy enough? Let's just see if there's another one. No, I think that's going to be the one. No, I think that's going to be the one. It's not this one, right? No, it's this one. No, it's this one. Okay, great. Pop on the pirate ship with me as we talk a little bit about what happened with Black Tot Day. In the British Royal Navy, there used to be a thing. It was a thing, and it is not a thing no more. For almost For 55 years now, we have not had it. It was rations. There would be a person on a British Royal Navy boat that would be called the Pusser. What a name. The British have great ways of naming things in the weirdest way possible. The Pusser. The Pusser would, and catch this, puss out rum. Not through his pores, but he would just sort of met it out. He would give it out. It started, now get a load of this. It started with a pint of rum a day. Let's go back a little bit. It started with a few pints of beer a day. So you'd start off, you get your beer, and then you would start hoisting, start swabbing. You would start to, whatever British people or British Navy people do. Conquering. You start conquering. Wake up, have your 4, 5, 8 beers, and start conquering. Well, it turns out because beer is so much bigger in volume, it started taking up space for where they would be able to store other things. So somebody, somewhere, some brilliant British guy said, "Aye, mate, I think I have an idea. Right in me noodle noggin. I'll put it in the boot and we'll take the perambulator up." I don't do a lot of accents. He said, "Aye, mate, what if," now catch me here, what if instead of the beer, all right, what if instead we did rum? Brand new thing. All of us British people down in the Caribbean, we're making all of this sugar. What are we going to do with all the molasses left over? Oh, I got double trouble. Double trouble, I say. We're going to turn it into rum, and we're going to give it to the army people. Well, at first, people thought, I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if this is going to work. It seems like just giving people rum would be a lot. And it turns out they were correct. Giving people rum on a boat with nothing else to do became kind of an issue. So, from the 1600s into the 1700s, they halved it. Now you get half pint. Gross. Disgusting. 1800s, they did it again. Halved it. Right there in the middle. So you would basically get 2 shots a day for a long, long time. As things progress, and they always do, I know we want things to stay the same, but things get better and things get progressively different. Boats got harder to run. They just aren't big old wooden boxes that you throw a sail on anymore and, get over to India, grab their spices and run away. That isn't what the boats were anymore. Now they had complex nav systems. They had rotors. They had probably planes landing on. I don't know anything about ships. Anyway, eventually somebody came through and said, "Stop it. No. We're not doing this anymore." So in the late 1960s, they had something called the Great Rum Debate, and it lasted an hour. 1 full hour. And by the end of it, they said, no more rum on the British ships. They gave them 2 years to just sort of get it all out of there. And so on July 31st, 1970, they served the very last tot. The Pusser pussed his last tot. What a sentence I have just said. The Pusser pussed his last tot. And from then, we have been celebrating on the 31st day of July every year, Black Tot Day, the last day the British sailors were allowed to, or I don't know if they're allowed, they may be allowed to, but they weren't given free rum. Meanwhile, during this whole situation that they were going through, what happened? A guy named Vernon comes through. And he's, this is earlier in the story. I should have told this part earlier. He comes through, he says, hey guys, hey, probably with an English accent. Hey guys, I got a thought, mate. What if, instead of just giving them straight rum, all right, we give them a bit of medicine with it, right? We give them a bit of tonic, right? If they're going to be going in the jungle, they might get the malaria. I don't know, get something out there in the jungles. What if we give them a bit of lime, right? Men are dying of scurvy, teeth all over the place, swabbing teeth all over the place. What if we start putting some lime, a bit of tonic, maybe a bit of sugar, get them woken up? Hey. Vernon, this drink did not end up being called the Vernon. It ended up being called his other nickname, which was Old Grogham. Old Grogan, because he wore, and I don't know what this is, a Grog ham coat. Look it up. Anyway, are we still... Oh, I think we left the ship a little while ago. Anyway, that is that Australian? No, I don't think that was Australian. I think that was something else. Anyway, so what we're going to be celebrating today is that we are... I got to put this on a loop. I think that's the issue. Give me 1 second. I can do this real quick. I'm going to bring it up. Oh, there it goes. I'm just going to put the old ship on a loop. Just so I can remember it. Nope. We'll turn it on again. All right. Now we're on the pirate ship. All right. So we're on our pirate ship. Let's go ahead and make a bit of the old grog as it goes. Now I know we're in the middle of summer, but I do want to make this in a traditional way because England was traveling to a number of places. I don't think we do enough hot drinks on here. So since they were traveling to a number of places, they did have hot grog. And I'm excited about that. I want to do a little hot grog. So let's get our hot grog cup out. It looks exactly like an Irish coffee cup. Don't worry about it. I don't know if they had actually had this, but we're gonna get into it. Okay, let's grab our rum. What rum are we gonna grab? Well, Pussers. Pussers rum. Apparently, this company, Pussers, is it Pussers? Yeah, maybe the company's called Pussers. I don't know who owns Pussers. Probably should have looked. This is a Guyanese style rum. It is a very Demerara rum tasting. It's very, very Guyanese tasting. So it certainly has some funk to it. It has a little bit of grassiness to it. It's got a lot going on to it. It probably was much worse back in the day, but back in the day, people didn't know what was coming. You know, they didn't know that Malibu would eventually hit the shelves and, you know, be all the rage in the 1980s. I would fall deeply in love with Malibu and pineapple drinks while I was bartending as a baby bartender. They didn't know any of that. So they were drinking, you know, Pussers rum. I don't know if it still tastes exactly like it did back in the day, but close enough. So let's go ahead and give ourselves a, don't worry, everybody, don't worry. I will puss myself. All right, today I am going to go ahead and puss myself. So I'm going to go ahead and puss myself a quick tot. One tot is going to be about 2 ounces. There we go. That is a pussed tot. You guys can take a real deep look into it real quick. That is a pussed tot. I, the pusser, have pussed a tot. Feeling pretty good about myself at this point. Feeling really, really good about this puss tot. Okay, that is our rum, that is our ration, but we are going to grog this thing up. Now, you're going to start to see a lot of similarities between this drink and a number of other great drinks. I swear to God, Kyle, if Cush pusses himself doesn't take off as a huge hashtag, we're going to have problems. All right, Cush pusses himself. That's the way to go. All right, we are going to add our lime. Now, they would, of course, added, you know, probably real limes. That was what I thought, at least. I thought that for a minute. Then I thought, where the heck are they growing all these limes? These guys were gone for a really long time. Were they freezing them? Did they go and put them in the freezer? Probably not. So then I thought, you know what they would have really done well with, and I have a solution. What if, instead of fresh limes, they had pseudo juice? Whoa! Change the whole thing. I mean, I really do think that the English would have taken over a lot more if they had pseudo juice. Most likely because of things like the gimlet. Another thing that they would serve on pirate ships if they had gin. We know that a gimlet, if you go into a bar and you order a gimlet and they grab that roses glowing green stuff and they put it in there, technically that's the correct way to make a gimlet. So I do think that they probably had lime cordial or some sort of stabilized lime, maybe even if they were making the tot beforehand or the grog beforehand and storing it so that the rum was helping to preserve the lime juice. I don't know. I have a real hard time believing that they were growing tiny lime trees on their ships, only because I have been trying to grow a lime tree for many years now. Little Tito is growing. He's certainly getting bigger. He's not getting me any limes yet. So I doubt that that's what they did. I'm sure they had something like a cordial. We're going to go ahead and cordial this up. 1/2 ounce of some lime cordial or some pseudo juice right there. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Next, a little bit, this guy. Now this used to not be so readily available. It wasn't, you couldn't just buy the $5 C&H bag at your local Ralph's Vaughn's Safeway. Let me see if I can name some other ones. Piggly Wiggly, I know Piggly Wiggly. King Super, I know about King Supers. What are some other grocery stores I know about? I know about a few of them. Don't worry about what grocery stores I know. I know some. Sugar used to be a pretty hot commodity. That's actually where we got rum. People were making rum down in the Caribbean because it has a wonderful climate to grow rum. Clearly, sugar to grow sugar, to make rum, but to grow sugar. Sugar, clearly a beach babe. It wants to be by the salty ocean air. It wants that heat. It wants all that stuff. So that beautiful strip of Caribbean land, great place to grow sugar. When you make sugar, you have something that is left over. It's industrial waste. It is slog. It is thick. It is gross. And it is called molasses. At first, they took that molasses and they fed the pigs with it. After the pigs were too fat or, diabetic or whatever the pigs were up to, they just started putting it in barrels and throwing it into the ocean. I don't want to do anything with this. Until somebody said, hey, just real quick, we are humans, right? Like all of it, everybody, you're person. Yes. What do humans do? And I will tell you what humans do. They make alcohol. They will take anything that they can and they will try and make it into alcohol. We have tried many experiments. I have a friend right now working on turning maple syrup into alcohol. I don't know what he's going to call it. Sounds great. Apparently very difficult. You got rice, you got sake. You got grapes, you got brandy. You got wheat, you got beer. You have agave. What do you got? Tequila. Well, they decided, hey, what if we turn this stuff into rum? Anyway, that's the reason why a lot of rum drinks are, deep in sugar, and why sometimes we're always looking for new fun sugars to add to rums. This is just regular old sugar. It is, I know it says organic, but that doesn't matter at all. I forget it's like a processed white sugar. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and throw in 2 bar spoons of some white sugar. It's big grain, a little bit more sugar, a little bit more like grainy than other sugars. This one is. It doesn't matter. Make it with your own sugar. You want to put in some dark sugar. I think that's a great way to do it. Some Demerara sugar. That's a really good way to do it. Now, we've put in the sugar. We have to get that sugar into our cocktail somehow. We have to do it somehow. All right? We don't want to be sipping this drink and at the end just have a big old sugary mess down here at the bottom of my tot. I have pussed out a really good tot at this point, and I'm really not looking to just have that ruined by a big old globule of sugar. I knew that was going to scare me. How are we going to do that? Well, because they started giving people less rum, they started giving them more water. Absolutely, more water. So we're going to be putting in some hot water into this. We want 4 ounces of hot water. Now, a little nervous about pouring scalding hot water onto my hands. Oh, there it goes. We're just going to put in 4 ounces of some scaldy hot water. 1 and 2. In case you were wondering what grog was, we have it. This is grog. We want to give that a stir, though. Obviously, the sugar is going to help us to. All the hot water is going to help us dissolve some of the sugar. I want to get this all off there on the bottom. This is another great example of something called parallel thinking. When people all over the place have the exact... Why, Kyle, what are you afraid of? Kyle's just screaming somewhere. This is a great example of parallel thinking. There were other people in Cuba that were discovering things like the daiquiri. There were people on Martinique that were doing things like the tea punch. They were taking lime, sugar, and rum, and what? The water? Oh, I see. They were taking things like lime, sugar, water, rum, putting those things together, and it turns out in almost any combination of those 3 things, you're going to find yourself in a really, really happy place with a really nice drink. This right here is going to be our hot grog. if you want to do this for the rest of you, people, I noticed at the very beginning, a lot of people are very hot today. I have been inside all day, so I'm freezing. We keep that AC up high, because I do not like. I'm a monster when I get warm. You do not want to see it. I sweat. I stink. I'm irritable. I'm moody. None of that stuff's good. Okay. Cheers to you guys. Lime, sugar, rum. Lime, sugar, rum. Always seems to work. I actually sped through that little drink example. Now I don't know what to do. UF Mark says, Kyle Tender knows the importance of protective health handwear. That's exactly right. He does know that. I swear you were going to reach for Black Tot rum. Is there Black Tot rum? I don't have any Black Tot rum. I only have the Pussers, which apparently is the closest thing to it. Sometimes you guess you just run out of things to say. This is our Grog. Maybe we should let me just see any questions other than Australian. That's the only question. Let me say hello to the people that have showed up while you guys are thinking of questions. Howdy, y'all. To Doug. Forlorn Hope. Always a pleasure to see ya. Why does it sound like someone is peeing off the side of the boat? I don't know if you were here for the explanation the other day, Mark, but there is a really funny person on the internet that does not care if you know that, who they are, who on all of those free sound effects websites, always, anytime there's water involved, always just does a little sound of him peeing. Makes me laugh every time. Where will you be hosting a room party? I personally, just me myself, will not be staying on premises at Tiki Oasis. We signed up a little late, and so we are hanging out, doing something else. Cruise. Beaven. What are you doing tonight? Just this. Oh, what's Moose's question? Okay, I'm heading for a big summer party this weekend. Any suggestions for 3 easy cocktails to make? Yes. Big, summer party, I assume. Yeah. Let me give you the idea here. Frozen cocktails. Hold on. Let me keep talking. All right? Stop trying to interrupt me. Frozen cocktails. In Dave Arnold's book, he has recipes for a few amazing frozen cocktails. And let me tell you how to freeze the cocktails, all right? Don't add ice to the cocktail and blend it up. There's no real way to get a good frozen cocktail with a blended ice. I've tried it 1,000 times. Yes, it works sometimes. Sometimes it does. You put a couple too many pieces of ice. Make a cocktail, put it in a bag, right? In like a... not like a burlap sack. Put it in like a Ziploc bag. Put it in your freezer for just a few hours. Make sure that you adjust for water. You want about 20% of your cocktail to be water. Put it into the freezer, nice and flat, and then that will freeze. Then just take that cocktail out. It's perfectly ready to go. Put it into a blender. Blend that up. You will get the best consistency when when these guys that you've seen like the slushy machines. I know that Espen doesn't. Do they have Circle K's in Norway? I don't know. The slushies, they don't just throw bags of ice into those slushies. They freeze the entire mixture, and then they keep that thing moving to keep it broken up. It's not about crushing the ice. It's about actually keeping the cocktail frozen. So, your question was 3 easy cocktails. I think that getting I think that it's something that everybody seems to like. Every time I make it, I always like it. And every time I make one, I make like 5 or 6. A Bacardi cocktail. Doesn't mean that you have to make it with Bacardi, but instead of putting in simple syrup, listen to this, grenadine. Make some homemade grenadine, replace the simple syrup 1-to-1 for grenadine, and you have this much more interesting, it's not a strawberry daiquiri. But it really has a bunch of flavors. Make a really nice grenadine or find a good grenadine. Do not, I repeat, do not get Rose's grenadine. That is not grenadine. I don't know why they get to call it that. The grenadine lobby needs to get on that. They need to stop that in its tracks. Find some pomegranate juice and add sugar to it. 1 to 1, right? That one right there. It's going to pain me to say it, but people really like a pina colada. Now, when you're making a pina colada, take out the lime juice, put a little orange juice in there, and you have yourself a painkiller. That is a better version of the pina colada. A little bit of nutmeg on there, you're in a good spot. You want to put a little lime in there? Great, fine. But, and now we've done this on the show recently, and I did it again recently. If you take those two cocktails and you pour them into the same bag or into the same cup and they're both frozen like that, they will do a double-sided drink. That's 2 drinks in 1 drink. That's called a Miami Vice. Now, yes, it's an old 80s cocktail, but still one of the most interesting ways to serve a cocktail, Miami Vice style. That's what I have to say today. What is the sweetest mocktail you know? My brother and I on a show. We're just answer a question. Just answer a question. My brother and I, Grant, who owns the Celery Bitters, winner of the 2022 Cush Derby. We had him on the show because my brother loves sweet cocktails. The sweetest cocktail that I've ever seen, if you want to go back and watch this episode, you can. I think you just look up Grant Cushman with Dr. Cush. We made one that was a cotton candy cocktail. Instead of simple syrup, we threw in cotton candy. We balanced it out with a little bit of lime juice. I think we did rum. I think we did some banana puckers in there or some banana stuff. Now, you're saying mocktail. I would say you just use the exact same idea there. So find yourself a really nice, sweet iced tea. Get yourself some cotton candy, some cane sugar, and a little bit of lime juice, and you'll be right there at it. I am always impressed with the dedication and friendliness of the regulars. Yeah, me too. Thanks, Mr. Highway 666. We put you in there. I know you don't show up all the time, but yeah, I agree. Can you make a sweet mocktail with less tequila? If you're making a mocktail, you don't want to put tequila in it. That's one thing. You definitely don't want that. Can you make a sweet mocktail with less tequila? Yeah, I mean, you make anything you want with less tequila. You don't have to put tequila in it if you don't want to. Let's see. Oh, what drink did I just do recently? A tequila drink that I really liked. Strega, I believe, was in there. Done a big Strega kick. Mocktail. I don't. I'm a little out on mocktails. Can you make a sweet mocktail with less tequila? Yeah. Let's do it like this. Let's say you are just going to be swapping out. Here's an idea. Lime. Check this out. Lime. Minimal tequila. You want a little less tequila? Do minimal tequila. Replace it with, and get this. This is kind of fun. Dry vermouth. Dry vermouth and tequila share an awful lot of taste similarities. Those things go together very, very well. So you can take tequila straight out if you just want to have like a nice like wine-ish cocktail. A little bit of lime, a little bit of sweet vermouth, a little bit of salt, just like a little salt mixture, a little bit of water. Freeze that. You will have and maybe some orange juice. Get this, orange juice. Throw that in there. You will have an almost a low ABV cocktail that you can then freeze, blend, all that stuff. Yeah, replace your tequila with some dry vermouth, and you'll be in a good spot. Amy didn't know that. All right. I think we did it. I think otherwise I'm just gonna sit here and chat. I will answer this question though. What? I don't have it. Cool. Thank you guys for showing up to Dr. Cush's Got Drinks. Thank you for being on my boat the whole time. Let's just send you guys off real quick. I know that people were looking for it today, so we will do it. Just little thunderstorm, and that's what I got for you guys. Thank you so much for showing up to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. We have kind of a weird schedule coming up. We will be here on Saturday. It's going to be the one of my last prep days. I believe I'm going to use it as a small practice for some of the things that I'll be talking about at Tiki St San Diego. If you don't want anything spoiled for what I'm going to be talking about, then careful. All right, just there's a spoiler warning in effect. Right there. I am going to talk to you. There's just a couple ones that I want to sort of go over, see if they're going over well. And then we'll be back on Tuesday. And then I believe we're going to do a class on Wednesday next week. I'm going to show you everything that I'm bringing with me to Tiki Oasis on that day. Then we won't do one on Thursday, but we will be back Saturday live from Tiki Oasis for the big room party. And then Sunday at noon California time, noon California time, we will be going live from my seminar. Hopefully you guys can join. We love having you guys there. If you can't make it, you can't make it, but I'd love to see you. Can you make a virgin mojito? Absolutely. I'll tell you how to do it real quick. Just real quick, everybody. Hold on. Simple syrup, lime, mint. If you can make mint simple syrup, that's a great way to do it. All right, that way you're not muddling all that stuff in there. Mint simple syrup, incredibly simple. Blanch your mint. Take your mint and you dip it in to some really hot water for about 15 seconds, and then you pull it out and you shove it into some cold water. All right, take that blanched mint that now has gotten rid of a lot of that chlorophyll taste but has kept all that mint taste, throw it into a blender with some sugar, some water, and blend that baby up until it's all tiny, and then run it through a coffee filter, run it through a cheesecloth, run it through something to get all the little mint particles out. Now you have a bright glowing green simple syrup. Cool. And then check this out. So do your mint simple syrup, a little bit of lime juice, and then fill it with half Sprite or 7-Up and a little bit of soda water. Virgin, or what do we call it? Mocktail, a virgin mojito. That's how I would do it, personally. That's what I got for you guys. Thank you so much for showing up to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I was Dr. Cush. Back here on Saturday to talk about the rest of what we're up to. Until then, I have to ask real quick.
Are you Dr. Jinga Janga?
We're going to find him one day. And then I'm going to let you guys know one more thing.
Bye!
I should really think about what I'm going to say before I do these classes. Until next time, guys, we always say
bye!
Bye.
Yes, master.
Yes, all right, woo!
I know. I know.
We don't know in this country. We don't know.
No.
Well, maybe. Well, maybe.
No.
Woo! Yes, all right, woo!
Sure, why not? I don't know. To all of life's problems. drink a lot of beer and stay out all night.
May I please have a drink, please?
How about that drink?